for joining the Syndicate Network and your host, Skywalker the Jedi. Skywalker the Jedi.
Can't watch a movie without thinking about me. He's like, I don't even know who he is. Like, as far as I'm concerned, I literally never read anything he wrote. I don't know who he is. He's nobody to me. But to him, I'm somebody very important, in his life. That he can't, that not only is he mad at my movies, he's mad at other people's movies that remind him of my movies. That's an incredibly powerful, emotional place to live in. I'm sorry. I feel bad about it, but it's like in the sense that I don't want to take up that much space in anybody's life. Like that guy take up way too much space, and also a negative. Like I take up this space in his life that's negative. That's really upsetting. He's like really mad at me for some reason.
In this transaction, we pick up 3 businesses basically that we're not currently in. So meaning we have no redundancies currently, and one of them is a motion picture studio with a theatrical distribution machine. And so there's been a lot of speculation what we would do with this. And I think it's really important to note that we haven't talked at all about what we're going to do with this, but what we are going to do with this is we're deeply committed to releasing those movies exactly the way they've released those movies today. All 3 of these new businesses, we want to keep operating largely as they are. The theatrical business, we have not, been talked a lot about it in the past about wanting to do it because we've never been in that business. And when this deal closes, we are in that business, and we're going to do it. So think about it. If we did this deal 24 months ago, all of those movies we saw this year do so well at the box office for Warner Brothers would have been released in the same way in theaters. Talking about Minecraft, I'm talking about Superman, I'm talking about Weapons, all those movies that Sinners. These movies will be released on Netflix through theaters the way that Warner Brothers did it before, but with the Warner Brothers operating entity. We think it's really important the way that they create and the way that they drive value. We didn't buy this company to destroy that value. The second one is the television studio who produce and license content to third parties. Also, we were never in that business. We are now. And I think it's an important thing that and when we get under the hood, that's a really healthy business. It's not as big as ours, and that's why we haven't really focused that much on doing it. The growth opportunity in our core business has been greater. But now in this transaction, we own that business. And Channing and that group do a phenomenal job. And we want them to continue to do that phenomenal job. And then HBO is another example of that, which is, as Greg said, this is a prestige television brand that people really love. And I would say that they have been doing gymnastics to make themselves into a general entertainment brand. And I think under this transaction, they don't have to do that anymore. We're already a very well-established general entertainment brand, and we want HBO to double down on the things that people have loved for 50 years about HBO. The fact that prestige television and movies in the various pay TV windows. These are the things that we're going to keep going.
We're going to run Warner Brothers. It's a very successful company with an incredible legacy of film. We didn't buy the company to harm any of the value that it currently exists. We intend to release all the Warner Brothers movies in cinema the same way they do today. And here they'll come through the output deal in Canal Plus, and then through the various pay television windows around the world afterwards. So we're very excited for the acquisition, and we really do want to continue to bring out the best of everything that those companies do.
And will this be a fully exclusive 45-day theatrical window?
Fully exclusive to theaters, yes.
And will this be self-enforced? In other words, if you fall short of that?
That is it is the industry standard for self-enforcement. However, routinely, movies that underperform, the window moves a little bit. And Superman was a little shorter window, and Sinners was a little longer window, but they still could refer to it as a 45-day window.
And so I guess the trend right now.
What I'm trying to say here is that I don't even think this movie needs to be profitable to be successful.
Hey, yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Skywalker back at y'all with another one. Y'all could be anywhere else in the world right now, but you're here with me rocking out, and I appreciate that. Yeah. Oh, man. It's time to see the holes in the holy. Oh, yeah, we about to cook, yo. I don't know how it look. we're going to be here for a good time tonight. Not a long time, you dig? Because I don't even need that long to really cook on this situation. I need y'all to understand. Just smash that like, share, subscribe button, hit that notification bell so that you know when I'm going live or dropping a new video, all that good stuff. Y'all already know about the hashtags. Y'all already know. I don't even have to. I feel like I shouldn't have to continue to do this. But just in case you didn't, if you're discussing the Snyderverse or if you just now finding my videos, we the ones that got this whole conversation with Netflix and Warner Brothers started in the first place. Do they think that they're going to be more knowledgeable than us on this situation? Oh my God. If you're discussing the Snyderverse, man, just use these hashtags. We just not mixing them with others. Just being positive and, not tagging anybody over at WBD. Because that's what, look, we're going to break down where a lot of this stuff is coming from, too. Because I got a hunch. ZSJL to Netflix on YouTube and X are also platforms that you guys should be following and subscribe to. As all pertinent information will be coming from there, as well as myself and Apex Lux of the New Geeks. If you want to sponsor a stream like the homie did, Apex Lux, whenever you guys give super chats, super thanks, gifted memberships, super stickers, donate to the channel in any way, whoever donates the most, we'll have the name scrolling across the bottom of a following discussion stream. Y'all already know. And 2026 Cool Table Meetup, y'all already know. We might just call this the sale meetup. Right? Yeah. Just make it the sale meetup. For sure. Probably gonna do that. Anyway. August was at 28th through the 30th. Hit your boy up if you're trying to pull up. Y'all already know. It's going to be crazy. This is the one. But let's get to it. Let me say what's up to everybody in the chat real quick. We got Vegeta in the building. Much love, bro. We got Bat Dan in the house. Much love, Brody. W. Mears in the house. Much appreciation. Sin Havoc 5150s in the house. Much appreciation. We got the good Austin, aka the producer of the platform. You dig? The producer of the Syndicate Network. The most effective. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the dog, Austin. And that's what type of night it is, bro. We about to get to it, man. I'm feeling real doggish right now. Y'all don't understand. I'm feeling like the top dog right now, bro. I can't believe I got to come have this conversation. But then again, I do. Because if I don't do it, who else is? I saw the Bat Channel talking some sense into people earlier. It shout out to them too, for sure. Shout out to the Curly Ray. Much love, bro. Ichiro, much love. Lucas. Appreciate you catching the live. Ichiro, right? Brad Lee is in the building. Much love, Brad Lee. Much love, Mama Bear. We appreciate you being here as always. Hope you had a great Friday. And listen to the smooth sounds of Skywalker on the Syndicate Radio. Shout out to the Prime. Much love, bro. Shout out to the Nightwing, Mandalorian Martin. Much love, Nessa Noel. Thank you for pulling up as well. Much love and appreciation and the best of wishes and energy to you and the whole fam. For sure. Right? We got Josh Herrera in the building. Much love, Josh. Right? Yeah. Hey, this about to be crazy. We about to get to it. Can I pet that dog? Right? Can I pet that dog? Much love, Alan Belt. All right. You said, let's get down to business. to defeat. Yeah, it's about to be crazy. I think they working behind the scenes. Who's this late night nonsense? I ain't seen you in here before, but much love. Salute. Yeah. Nah, I ain't never tried Near. Bro. Prime. Yeah. Oh, and Nessa made a new ex, and that's what's up. Right? I'm gonna have to follow up. But yeah, we about to get to it. So it's crazy that Sky gotta come have these conversations, man. It's wild. It's wild. It's wild that Sky gotta be the one. But it's cool. Right? Because I ain't been doing a whole bunch of looking. You know, I've been getting ready. I'm about to dip out this weekend for a little bit. You know what I mean? So I've been trying to get everything ready for that, you know, for my little and then I'll be back in a few days, right? But I've been getting everything ready for that. And every time that I've peeked my head in a little bit, I've seen a whole bunch of gaslighting, fear mongering, and all this stuff about this whole Paramount situation. So it comes to me to come put the kibosh on all this and let y'all know what's what, right? Nah, Mama Bear hasn't been looking. And we'll be looking. Oh, yeah. I'm getting my hair cut in the morning. I got all kind of stuff going on tomorrow. All type of pampering going on, you know? Man, if y'all only knew, bro. If y'all only knew, ask Apex Lux. You know what I mean? Ask Lux. Anyway, but yeah, it's been a whole lot of fear mongering. Everybody like, hey, you know, Paramount is back in this, right? And you know, they've what have I heard? They're clearing some stuff with the DOJ, and it's like, oh yeah, man, you know, hey, they really got the inside track on this whole thing, right? So let's look, or take a peek rather, inside the reality of the situation. Right? Because I'm pretty sure that these people ain't talking about this. Right? I mean, but this is just from Variety. Right? No big deal. No big deal. Saying inside Warner Brothers Discovery, mood among many staffers shifts in favor of Netflix sale versus Paramount takeover. That title don't sound too good, right? And then they got, see, while people be sitting there talking about, oh, Ellis and this, Ellis and that, Paramount this, Paramount that, right? David Zaslav, look, right here in this picture, David Zaslav was escorting the new owners around the lot. So they didn't already pulled up, right? While David Ellison is over here not pulling up to the Senate hearing, choosing to sit that out, not up in the deal, right? You just keep extending on like some mafioso type behavior. You just keep extending this same deal out Hey, but you guys should consider it a little longer, right? You sure you don't need more time to think about that? Right? You sure you don't need more time to think about that deal? I mean, I know you turned it down like 10 times, but you sure you need just a little bit more time? I mean, I'll extend. Come on, right? Right? So, while he been talking and been having all this noise going, all this nonsense, they done already pulled up and already went to the Senate and answered all them questions. Ted Sarandos had courage under fire, was in there getting it done. Right? Oh, what's that? It's in Havoc. You mean this?
The activist play in Warner Brothers, they have exactly 3 weeks to make it happen, because in 3 weeks there's going to be a shareholder vote on the deal, and presumably Netflix will win the shareholder vote, barring a higher bid from Warner Brothers. I mean, they have to bid up to about a few more bucks. So this is like, what am I missing? It seems like a joke. And if this is the best that the Ellisons have, like kind of a weak activist play and some other accoutrements that they threw in the mix in the last couple of days, they'll pick up the breakup fee, which they said they would pick it up anyway, but somehow they're going to pick it up directly, and something called a ticking fee, where if they don't get the immediate regulatory approval, they give shareholders 25 cents a share every month. Boy, that's big bucks. If this is the best they have, this deal is over. Netflix wins.
I mean, I didn't say it. And y'all remember, these people were all claiming that Paramount was going to win this deal in the whole lead up, right? They acted like Netflix didn't even have a chance. They didn't even want to be in it apparently with all these people. They didn't even want to be in the conversation, right? Talking about a ticking fee. Every month that it don't go through, we're going to tack on another quarter. What is that? And that's low-key trying to say, yo, we can grease this deal through immediately. Like, yo, what's going on, right? I don't want to keep talking about this deal, right? I really don't want to keep having this conversation, but it's so interesting. And certain people seem so invested in this narrative. We're going to break it down, though. Frank C says, Sky, meanwhile, those 7 days are almost up. It's put up or shut up time now. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. W. Mir with the $5 super chat saying, Ellison acting like he Bandit Keith, pulling up the Pegasus after losing to Joey. Bro, what's going on? Like, what is this? I've never seen anything like this. I should be having to ask myself one question.
Why?
Right? Oh, man. They out there doing a whole lot of this, though, W. Mir. Right? Yeah, that was that ticking fee that he was talking about, though, Austin. I'm pretty sure it's like every month that it don't go through, it adds on another quarter, and it's like that's even weirder. It's like, oh yeah, because we can get this deal done like super fast, even though it's the same deal. This is insane, bruh. This is insane, man. This is insane. right? But anyway, let's check this article out. Who will Warner Brothers Discovery employees welcome as their new overlords? The feeling among the rank and file has changed over the last several months. Most WBD staffers, okay, most of the rank and file, wait, where'd it go? Oh, are now supportive of Netflix's deal to acquire Warner Brothers Studios and HBO Max rather than having WBD subsumed in its entirety by David Ellison's Paramount Skydance, sources tell Variety. Inside Warner Brothers Discovery, the Paramount versus Netflix debate seems to largely have been resolved. Hold on one second, y'all. Yeah, says yeah, it's been resolved, right? They said this is over. Look, I'm not saying the deal is over. I'm not saying that. All right. Variety is saying that inside WBD, they're saying the issue is resolved. Right? Like, yo, we're over it. What is this? Right? We've already went over this. Having more than 2 months to consider what an acquisition by either conglomerate might mean for the legacy of Warner Brothers, and more important, for the current workforce. That's that word that we keep coming back to, that Sky was saying before Ted Sarandos said that, right? Look, I'm going to play this just so y'all can hear that word that Sky was saying a bunch, and then Ted Sarandos said it himself.
In this transaction, we pick up 3 businesses basically that we're not currently in. So meaning we have no redundancies currently.
No redundancies. No redundancies. Sky been saying that word for months and months and months and months and months. Ever since this conversation came to the forefront, I've been saying that word. Right? How did I know? How did How did I know? What are we discussing right now? Right? The current workforce. There appears to be a rather large consensus now that Netflix would be preferable. We've been telling y'all. Y'all didn't listen. You waned. You didn't believe. You faltered. Right? While we stood on business this whole time. And now you got Variety saying that, look, from what we're hearing inside of WBD, this conversation is over. And it's been over. Right? But wait, that doesn't mean everyone is rooting for Netflix to win the prolonged sale process. On the Burbank lot, big pockets of skepticism remain about how Netflix's ownership will affect the film studio and the future of theatrical distribution in general, despite the repeated pledges made by Netflix brass about committing to a 45-day exhibition window for theatrical films. Okay? Now watch this. Here is where I think this situation gets sticky. All right. How much y'all want to bet that one of the people in them big pockets is James Gunn. I know it's not Mike DeLuca and Pam Abdi, right? I know it's not these two.
Pam and I truly believe, for better or worse, you can't do our jobs, or even the jobs below our jobs, where you're a gatekeeper for material and curating what gets brought up for greenlight consideration. You cannot do the job like you're afraid to get fired. Because if you act like that, innovation dies. You're just doing the job to protect yourself, and you end up making the same movie over and over again, and the consumer moves on.
Right? I know it's not those two. They just got their contracts renewed. Right? They safe. They in the building. They in the building. Ain't no worry over that over on that side of the fence. Right? But if you're on this side of the fence,
then will this be a fully exclusive 45-day theatrical window?
Fully exclusive to theaters, yes.
And will this be self-enforced? In other words, if you fall short of that?
That is the industry. It is the industry standard for self-enforcement. However, routinely, movies that underperform, the window moves a little bit. And Superman was a little shorter window, and Sinners was a little longer window, but they still could refer to it as a 45-day window.
And so I guess the trend right now.
Now it could end in the 600 million range. That would be a disaster. That would be somebody else should take over DC. Because, man, that would be really bad. I mean, I guess they could wait to greenlight further projects because we'll have our answer to this by the end of the summer. Maybe that's the answer. See where it ends. But if it ends with a 6 in front of it, that's really bad.
Now, if you ask me, just my opinion, I'm willing to bet a good chunk of money that one of the loudest voices in that big pocket, right? Because the head of DC Studios, sure, right? Oh yeah, right? Oh yeah, head of DC Studios, right? Of course, him saying that. Oh, but Netflix is going to destroy the theatrical experience, You just don't, you just never know, right? Like, I mean, even though it makes the most sense, right? And that's the only way that a lot of people will be able to keep their jobs. Oh, so you worried about job security. Just think about that. They worried about job security with a company that's about to have the least amount of redundancies out of anybody that was involved in the situation. Oh, we cooking tonight. We cooking tonight. I need y'all to understand that. Think about that, okay? They worried about the state of stuff, right? They worried about the state of things. And whether or not they're going to be able to keep their jobs. But at the end of the day, Netflix got the least amount of redundancies. Who does that sound like? Who would be worried about job security right now? Huh? Who?
Because this movie has to be the definitive Superman movie. And I would dare say it has to be the best Superman movie that's ever been made. Because the DC universe, this new DCEU, if it's anything less, it's a failure.
When you say that, are you saying like the quality of the film, or are we talking box office numbers like Man of Steel?
I'm both.
Yeah.
This movie has to be the best Superman movie of all time. what's really interesting is there's this weird, like, I don't think that James Gunn's Superman is in competition with anything else. They're starting from scratch and building something new. The economics are not to be compared to something that happened over 10 years ago. They've spent the money on 2 movies.
What I'm trying to say here is that I don't even think this movie needs to be profitable to be successful.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh, what's going on, Arda Misfit? Shout out to your homie. Much love, bro. Shout out to TJ as well. Yeah, bro. Hey, man. Look, bro. Look. As soon as I get back from my little trip, bro, we'll work something out for sure. We will work something out. Ijiro said, Sky, I'm disappointed you didn't get the Superman shirt, bro. I should have had on the blue shirt, bro. I should have got the blue shirt, bro. Maybe I would have understood the movie more, right? Like, maybe those scenes would have hit me a little more, you know? Maybe it would have felt a little different, you know? Maybe the indoctrination would have taken full effect, right? I had to put the shirt on, bro. That was the last step of the initiation. You know what I mean? That's the last step, bro. That's the last step, dog. The last step is you putting that blue shirt on and going on camera, right? Or just posting that you bought somebody a cup. You know what I'm saying? Like, either or, because that's if you don't be showing your face on the internet. But anyway, Frank C says, Sky, check your Hey, wait. What I got in there, bro? Right. Right. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, bro. Shout out to Frank C. W Mir with the $5 super chat saying, the Smurfs movie really messed up Superman's profits. Yo, look, man, it's not just the Smurfs, man. It was Jurassic World, you know, it was fan, bro. It was everything. It was China. It was the people. We just didn't understand the movie, right? China refused to keep it in theaters longer. They should have held on to it, bro. It was really like it really had a chance of taking off out there, man. You know, it really had a chance. They just should have believed in it a little more. Right? They just should have believed, man. Because kindness is the new punk rock. Right, man.
So, like, I guess that's what I'm saying about, like, you know, once you've like lost your virginity to this fucking movie, and then you come and say to me something about like, oh, my superhero wouldn't do that. I'm like, are you serious? Like, I'm like down the fucking road on that. You know what I mean? So, and it's a cool point of view. Look, I'm 100% fine.
Right. Osa Fresh said, the blue shirts are shilling. The blue shirts are shilling. Yeah, right. Mama Bear says, Sky, if you put that shirt on, we be saying blink twice. Hey, I'm telling you. I would have came out here. Yo, it would have been crazy. Y'all have seen me all buttoned up, looking like I'm fresh off a lobotomy. He's sitting with the blue shirt. Yo, this is crazy. The good Austin said fake moral outrage to leverage their emotional manipulation. Oh no, people will lose their jobs. but only using that argument for executives who failed the company. Right? Let them know, bro. Yeah. It shout out to Frank C, though. Because let me add this. Right? According to John Campia, this was what's this? Back in October, John Campia reported that James Gunn was gonna be expected to remain in charge of DC Studios, even if so, according to Campia, look, and you wonder why these people are out here caping for Paramount. Right? You wonder why these people are out here caping for Paramount. It all comes back. Right? It all comes back. Reverse Sky. Yeah, right? Saboteur Sky. It'd have been all bad. I'd have came out here. Hold up. Where am I? I'd have came out here with these glasses on. Right? Way back then. Superman'd out, bro. Blue shirt, popcorn bucket, right? Cup, right? I'd have been out here. Oh, you know? Crazy. Austin said they got them pocket universe monkeys going. Look, it's funny because at the look, the instrument of our damnation was our salvation. It's funny because they use that to make fun of us, but at the end of the day, they became that, right? Like they're doing that right now. They're doing that right now. Nah, TJ, I didn't get that. Hold on. Let me see what's up. Right? Oh my God. So apparently, yeah, Paramount feeling. Yo, this is the gift that keeps on giving. Hold on. I'll get to that in a second. Thank you for that, TJ. It's now Mary. This even know. Hold on, y'all. Be right back.
Hey, zero. The dopest, flyest, OG pimp, hustler, gangster, player, hardcore motherfucker living today. To be honest, I am totally and completely on his dick.
Probably asleep right now, but you know, she on it, yeah, she want it, but she gotta do.
All right, back to my screen. Can y'all hear me better now? All right. There we go. Oh no, they gonna get this work. They gonna get this work. Trust me. They gonna get it. They gonna get this work. They gonna get this work. But Netflix CEOs Ted Sarandos and Greg Peters have won over many WBD staffers with their assurances and vision for how they plan to operate the combined company. There is now some familiarity with the idea and acceptance of the possibility that big chunks of WBD will become part of Netflix. So, pretty much saying they understand what the deal is now. There is no more like, oh, you guys are this is gonna tank the thing, and no, y'all don't know what y'all doing, and oh my God, like all this fear and all this stuff. They are comfortable with it. They already know what's up. They already didn't crunch the numbers. They already didn't have the conversations. Right? They already did all that. Exactly. Like when cry harder. Right? And this goes on about the whole 7-day window thing and, you know, how that's going. But, you know, just, it's a wrap. Watch this. Wait, where'd it go? Regarding Netflix's proposed acquisition, a key moment in changing hearts and minds at WBD came on December 17th, when 2 weeks after announcing their deal with WBD, Sarandos and Peters visited the Warner Brothers studio lot, hosted by Warner Brothers Discovery chief David Zaslav, and the Netflix duo addressed employees in a town hall style appearance. Right? So they already know what's up. Thank you, Nightwing. Yeah, bro. We've been saying that this shit was a done deal. Everybody trying to act like, you know, they got all this inside information and they all been wrong. Even HBO seems to be at peace with Netflix more than it was at the beginning. Right? Right there. Says another insider. Right? And then watch this. To watch CBS News crumble is disconcerting when Paramount is trying to come in and buy Warner Brothers Discovery, including CNN, says the CNN source. So, like, yo, this deal it's a wrap. Like, what are we doing? Right? So Warner Brothers pretty much saying that it's over. right? I just wanted to make that part clear before I really put the nail in this whole thing, right? I'm about to. Because nobody else is talking about this. And nobody's even talking about this. This from a few days ago. Warner Brothers Discovery said it's worried employees will quit if it picks Paramount's offer. So not only, right? Not only are we wait, not only on one hand is Paramount trying to act as if like, hey, we have the superior deal, even though we've crunched the numbers, and it doesn't seem to be the case. Right. Now you have this other angle where WBD side is saying, hey, we believe that there's going to be a mass exodus and people aren't even going to stay to stick around to see if they can keep their jobs. Right? Just like we were saying, redundancies. Warner Brothers Discovery said it's worried that there could be an exodus of employees if David Ellison's Paramount Skydance beats out Netflix for control of the company. Paramount has promised investors big cost savings. And WBD says employees may not stick around to find out whether their jobs are safe. Okay, so one of these companies is talking about, yo, we about to spend a lot of money, but we about to make a lot of money too. Okay, so we about to bolster this thing, and we gonna throw a whole bunch more coals into this fire, right? We're gonna really get this thing pumping in a way that y'all ain't never even seen before. One company saying that, the other one saying, yo, investors, we about to start saving a whole bunch of money, and we're trying to buy WBD right now. Actually trying to strong arm our way into buying this company, right? Actually trying to do that. And we're going to save a whole bunch of money, right? Which means jobs lost. WBD may experience more substantial losses of employees and talent during the pre-closing period if it picked Paramount's bid over Netflix's. That's because Paramount has promised investors $6 billion in so-called synergies or cost savings. WBD's board said these savings are likely to come from workforce headcount reductions, especially given the overlapping nature of the studio, streaming, and linear networks businesses of Paramount and WBD. So there's that word again, y'all. I know, I'm sorry.
In this transaction, we pick up 3 businesses basically that we're not currently in. So meaning we have no redundancies currently.
No redundancies. Paramount got a whole lot of redundancies. They already got a studio. They already got a streaming service. And they already got networks. Right? Yeah. And They got that stuff going on in Europe, which is why Ted Sarandos made sure to say that Netflix is loved in Europe. He said, they love me over there, bro. He said, I get love over in the UK. He said, I get love in Europe. He said, hey, every time we out there, we do good business. We just do good business. Right? They love me in Europe. That's what Ted Sarandos said. Right? Netflix v Paramount in dawn of redundancies. Shout out to Ejiro. Yeah. What up, TBC? Shout out to Trey. Much love, bro. Yeah, we in here cooking, man. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be cooking. I do got a few more things to get through, but yeah, we cooking right now. For sure. Crazy. So anyway, I just wanted to let y'all know about that once again. Because other people ain't talking about this stuff. Why is that? Why are other people not talking about this stuff? I said earlier outside of the Bat channel, right? I'm like, bro, and like maybe a few others, right? But most of the, man, these people, they ain't covering this stuff, man. They ain't having these conversations. Right? But let me check this out, because yeah, this is another one. Right? Oh yeah. All right, yeah. Shout out to you too, Bat Dan. Oh, for sure. Right? Look at this. Ted Sarandos fights to seal Warner Brothers Discovery deal. Netflix co-CEO on battling misinformation, the future of HBO Max, and his blood oath for theatrical exhibition. Why is this theatrical thing, right? Why is this theatrical thing such an issue? Right? TBC said it's because very few understand it. And Netflix is making history and changing the business. Not many were prepared for it. I would argue, Trey, they should have been, because they all watch my channel. They should have been. Ain't no reason we should be so ahead of the curve over here, bro. Ain't no reason we should be ahead of the curve over here like this, bro. Oh my God. Shout out to y'all, man. Right? But it's just wild. It's like, yo, why would they buy their way into a situation just to turn around, right? And be like, you know, hey, everything that this I have a question. So it's okay for Paramount to promise over $6 billion right? In cost savings, meaning they're going to fire $6 billion worth of people. And you guys are saying that this is better? Right? This is better. Trey, know what's up. Trey, like, Netflix buying a WB opens the door for more theatrical properties. That's not the same case with Paramount, who is in debt. By the way, I believe it was John Malone said that this is the only deal that's going to lead to more movies being made. I believe Kevin Smith said that too. He said that this is going to lead to more movies being in theaters. And yet you got people out here trying to be on the front lines. And it's over. TJ says $6 billion in savings. Netflix has researched that it could get up as high as $16 billion. I wouldn't be shocked because they just absorbed another, they just are fresh off of a merger and they was firing a bunch of people. So if they go and they buy a bigger studio, what are they going to do? They're going to turn around and fire a bunch more people. This is not complicated. I don't understand why everybody seems to be having trouble with this math. Math wasn't even my thing in school like that. It was English. Writing, I could write an essay like it was nothing. I could print out, bro. I could just, you know what I mean? That's real talk. Wild. Shout out to Fiji water, man. Fire. Look, see, when I start selling out, there will be signs. Hey, drink Fiji. Oh my God, man. It ain't gonna be the blue shirt. That's too obvious. Right? But anyway, man. So Ted about to bring that heat. So he's not amused and he's not sitting quietly. Right? Look, in Sarando's view, the 7-day window for Paramount to impress the WBD with a better offer than the $83 billion one it has with Netflix is a minor hurdle to the end game. He's not shy about calling out what he sees as misinformation spread by the Paramount Skydance team and its leader, CEO David Ellison. He said it's probably cheaper to make noise than it is to raise your bid. Oh my God. He said, he said, bro, you can't talk big money with the biggest money. Right? He like, yo, you run around here spreading money, spending money on propaganda. Exactly, because you are. These things are coming out of a budget, right? All this misinformation is coming from a budget. He said, so while you paying your flunkies, you should be trying to pay Zaslav. Right? Crazy. This is one of the most vicious quotes. Look, y'all see, whenever these people that be over there or just on the wrong side of history, they be getting dunked on. Like when Ben Affleck came out and dunked on James Gunn, it was like, yo, I'm absolutely not. Right? Absolutely not. He's over here, bruh. He said, your mouth ain't as big as your pockets. Yo, he said, yo, your pockets don't seem to be as big as your mouth, bro. Facts. He said, you out there running around, talking, spreading misinformation, but ain't putting no more money out. Right? No more capital. Oh my God, man. Frank C, thank you for sending me that. I'm about to put that in the archives. I ain't even about to show that right now. I ain't even about to show that. I could, but I won't. You know what I mean? I ain't even gonna show that right now. But the Shields is shilling. I'm gonna just say that, right? When you go to these other places, you get lies, you get confusion, you get doubt, right? Whatever. Over here, you get truth. Ted said, your pockets ain't as big as your mouth, bro. And then he said, like, yo, bro, and then here's the thing, too. Because I don't even got to read through all that. You know what I mean? I just love that Ted just told that dude, bro, like, yo, you can't talk to me, bro. You can't sit at this table. Like, what are we talking about? Either raise your bid or get out of here. What are we doing? Right? Somebody was saying that the deal keep getting delayed. I don't know what y'all talking about. Nothing's been delayed. I don't know what y'all talking about. Like, nothing's been delayed. The only thing that got delayed was the deadline that Paramount gave Warner Brothers to accept the deal. They was like, nah. Look, we want to give y'all more time to consider this. That's literally what happened. He said, respectfully, we not your little homies. We don't respect me. Yeah, bro, come on, I'm a grown man, bro. What are we talking about? You over here paying flunkies, and they running around here lying to people. Right? Crazy. But this is what's funny. Let's check in with good old Gasparino. Good old Gasparino. All right. This is dope, man. I'm loving this, man. This is hilarious. See how easy this is? I can just come on here and just cook, man. I can just bring up a couple articles and just cook. See how free flowing this is? Right? Y'all start putting y'all last questions and comments down at the bottom, because I'm only trying to make these about an hour, around an hour each. You know what I mean? Come over here, give y'all a good hour. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and we're already at almost 10 minutes over. And I'm still cooking, right? But I just got to show y'all this from good old Gasparino. He said, interesting feeling of resignation by Paramount Skydance on whether WBD will even accept an enhanced offer and find a way to continue to endorse the Netflix bid. So pretty much saying, hey, even if we do up our bid, Netflix probably can just up theirs. See, because they got real money. Right? Like Netflix got real money, right? So that's why it's over. Right? Even Paramount saying it's over. Right? Hey, we gonna see. Yeah. Yeah. Let them know, Trey. Paramount is in crazy debt. But I don't think this is WBD, bro. I don't think this is WBD telling them to do that. I think this is something else. And I ain't really trying to get into all that, you know what I'm saying? But like, I think this is something else. Yeah, I think this is something else, man. I did a stream on that the other day. I think this is about control, man. This is about control. This is about control because this is ridiculous. Right? WBD just said that they content with everything. They said that they already got some familiarity with it. They're already getting used to the idea. Like they're like, yeah, we going with Netflix. Like everything's cool. Yeah, I think this is something else. I think this is something else. This is something else. They are really trying to get this. Yeah, I don't think that this is like a like joke. They are really trying to buy this company. They are really exerting this much will and effort in front of everybody. Right? In front of everybody. Like, yeah, this is about something else. Maybe another stream. Right? Maybe another stream, bro. Anyway, look, I'm about to get on out of here. I just wanted to show y'all even Paramount, like, yo. Right? Because even if like you even think about it, ain't no deal got upped. Like they would have done all this and not upped the deal at all. And now Paramount saying, hey, even if we do bid, they just gonna find a way to endorse Netflix again. Right? They just gonna find another way to endorse Netflix again. Even if we go up. Yeah, because Netflix gonna go up. And they still don't want to, bro. They would rather split the company. Yeah, this is, man. Bro, y'all lucky. Y'all lucky I'm about to go out for a couple days. You know what I mean? I may stream tomorrow. You know what I mean? Right? We gonna see what's up. We gonna see what's up. Man, I want to thank y'all for pulling up to the live chat and everything and catching the live play. Shout out to everybody that will be catching this on Replay Crew as well. I may have another stream tomorrow. I have another conversation that I want to have with people that should be very fun. I'm actually very excited about that one. But yeah, I might try to get that in tomorrow. If not, it'll be my first one after I come back. Most definitely, right? But yeah, I'm about to get on out of here. I'm gonna catch y'all next time, and y'all be easy. Peace.